Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I'm Les, your host person who's usually behind the camera. I mean, usually, I'm always behind the camera. It's always me. So good morning, welcome. I'm sorry about last week. I didn't cover issue 64 last week when it came out because it was a two-parter. It was a two-parter, and part 2 came out this week. So I've put it to one side and thought, right, I'll do that all at once, essentially. So I'm going to do the building of it this morning, and then I will do the reading of it later tonight. So I'm just going to set myself up into the portrait mode so I'm able to come and say hello to everybody. Good morning, Zilla. How you doing? I am still a bit tired. Not 100% great sleep from last night, but hey, it's what it is. What it is. So issue 64 and 65. 64 is telling us how to make them. 65 will tell us how to paint them, and they both have some kind of reading to do. As I said, I'll do it later tonight. 64 will be Bonds of Honor, and then Arsenal of Ascension. So that will be the mission that it will put us through. And issue 65 is how to paint them into looking like this. The War Zone of Chalmouth, and then the campaign continues. So we still have a lot of reading to do tonight, but we can put 65 to one side for a bit because it's painting, if I remember rightly. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of painting. But as no, I don't paint them usually like everybody else. So that paint guide is not really much good for me. Build guide, however, is, which we're going to have to go through now. So we're going to do the building section of them because I now have both sets of sprues and both size bases. Now it looks to be 32mm and 25mm bases. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 25mm and 2 32mm. So we have a leader which goes on a 25mm. What I find out is who goes on the 32s. And it's a seismic cannon guy and the heavy stubber guy. That makes more sense. It's the big heavy weapon people that take the bigger bases. Fair enough. Good morning, Grim. How are you doing, Chief? Lots of conversations last night. We had fun last night. We know where people are staying now when it comes to a wedding. Or at least some people. How do we start off these Neophyte hybrids? He wants us to start with the leader. Makes perfect bloody sense though, really, doesn't it? I'll start with the leader. We need parts 64 and 63 for his body. Now, this is obviously going to be the most simple and easiest things to find because it's the first two bits on the entire sprue. I don't even know which sprue he's actually on. They could label these a bit better. 63 and 64. There's 63 and there's 64. Okay. So they're on the same one with the seismic cannon and the big heavy guns. And the round in the middle here. So 63 and 64. We get there and... Oh dear, no, that's not good. That's not good. Great. How did one of your printers die? Have you just been overworking it, or was this technical malfunction where you can get it repaired? Or have you just been seriously overworking it, getting ready for children? Either of which are possible answers. 64, 63 is the front bit here. Now this looks like a really small bit to get out. Stupidly small, this one right here. Yes, hello Zilla, welcome in again mate, thank you for calling in over on the portrait cam, and anyone else who's over there on the portrait cam with Zilla. Hope you're having fun, hope you had a good day. I've got to try and find a glue clearer, also known as a lighter. Oh, there's one. I have one right on me. So please don't do this at home unless you are under the supervision of a completely deranged adult. In which case, please let the deranged adult do it because they can absorb, they can inhale all the fumes. Don't inhale the fumes. And that will be the door right behind me. Perfect timing. We are expecting something today, so the door going is not a big surprise, really.
Thank you.
There we go. All arrived, all done. Well, they did say any time up until 1 o'clock, which I've got a feeling I will still be sat here at 1 o'clock, don't you worry. An extra 100 quid for a screen. For a screen. That is a lot of money, that Graham. £100 for a screen. Right, we need part 16 next, which is the legs. Well, this should be easy to find. There they are, right over on the edge, right near somebody holding a reverse grip dagger. Right, this has actually got a peg on it, so please don't cut the peg off. There is a peg on his waist to help you slot his torso on. That's what was just had a quick double check. So when you clip it off, you want to leave that little nubbly peg bit on. Then that little nubbly peg bit goes in that little hole. See? Glue in the little hole. Nubbly peg bit in. Aha! Why couldn't you have done the others like that? That would have made it so much easier. Oh well. No point complaining now, they've already been put together and just set up there. And Magus is sat in a box with some space marines, I believe. So, the leader carries a particularly powerful sidearm, which is part 65, and it looks like a... Okay, it's a pistol, but it's quite a chunky pistol. And it is part 65, which you would imagine would be on the same one with all the other 60s. You would think, wouldn't you? So here's 69. I'm looking for a pistol on this thing, and I can't find a dang pistol anywhere. Right, so 69, which is the pickaxe that he has in his other hand, that's on this sprue. So I'm going to clip that off before I lose it again. That makes up his left arm. Now these get easier the more bits you remove. Obviously less to look through. But where's 65? Is it on the other sprue? Yes it is, there it is. It is on the other sprue. I'm not sure what kind of pistol it is, but it's certainly not an auto pistol or a las pistol. It's not as bulky as a bolt pistol, but it does look a little bit more high-techy. So who knows what that one's going to be. What I do know is that it needs glue to stick it out. And I need to shave off that bit of sprue that has got itself nicely plugged in and locked up. There we go, tiny bit of glue. And they want him holding it like that again, because they always do. That is a good point, thank you very much. Well, I was going to say thank you very much for advertising yourself then, Graham. But no, thank you very much for pointing that out. Yes, if you are looking to buy resin minis or dice or Dungeons and Dragons minis or all sorts of various stuff, and you don't want to play GW prices or WizKids prices or the ridiculous prices that they will charge you basically for hobby tax, please check out Rogues Den Hobbies. Now, I usually have a break section. If I have a stream longer than an hour, I will have a small bit where I go for a little break, refresh my drink, go for, do things that I don't want to do that you shouldn't do on camera, and that people don't want to hear me do. So I do them, and then Rogues Den Hobbies gets a little advertisement during it. I don't get anything from that, by the way, just so you know. But you do get a 10% discount if you put the code LAS10 in. LAS10. Good morning, Masood. Good morning. You came in just in the time when I was telling you all about discount and getting money off. Let's face it, we all spend far too much money on this stuff. So if we can get it cheaper, at just as good a quality, if not better, because sometimes you're getting different models with different qualities and different designs. A lot of stuff designed to work with one-page rules, but because it's designed to work with one-page rules, it's actually pretty good at proxying in for other games as well. There we go. We've got the head on him at 105, which is the one I clipped out. All glued together. I just need to put him on a 25mm base, and then he'll be done. And I can start on guy number 2. There should be 10 in total for this morning, and then we'll do the reading later when I'm in some kind of coherent state to read. So there is one little dude. One little dude that's going to lead the other 9 little dudes. Oh, this one's got a banner on him. Oh, yep, but still a 25. Did he start building model? He started building model 2. And 3, 4. Or 4A and 4. No, still 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he's building 8, 9, 10, 11, even though there's only 10 of them. It's just started at number 2 because he's stupid. Right, so the second one is the banner guy. So we have the big banner here with the Tyranid sign off. Yeah, that's why we don't tell the significant others quite how much this hobby costs properly. They occasionally get to see in, and then they have a heart attack, and then we stop telling them. And everything we get is from third-party retailers, so we're getting it cheaper than what they think. And we just hide the boxes that turn up that they don't know about until we've got time to tell them. You know, when they don't think we've bought something for 2 or 3 months, we bring a box out and say, "Oh, I've only got this now." One of those. Or most people might do it that way. I don't have the option. Sparkles knows everything that I buy. I mean, because it comes out of our account. So there we have 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3 making the body, 1 is the legs. So we know how to do this. We find the little dimples, put some glue on the little dimples, and then we line up the little dimples with the other little dimple divots, and they should go together nice and nicely if you line them up right. There we go, nicey. And then, because we've remembered about the peg, because we're not stupid, and we do have a memory despite the fact that you're not always wanting to work, and then we put the peg in. Please don't laugh and make the jokes. It's as bad as me playing Hogwarts Legacy last night when I found out there's somebody that sounds like they're called something that I thought was hilarious. I'm trying to put it on backwards, that's why. Absolute buffoon. I'm trying to put the body on backwards. It won't work, will it? Nope. Okay, so after 1, 2, and 3, we go, of course, to 58 and 62. Makes complete sense, doesn't it? Why would you not go 58, 62? Good morning, Twisted. How are you doing, mate? How are you doing? I'm hoping you're doing all right. We didn't see you on Monday, so it's a little bit worrying. We are concerned. Well, we don't see you come up. Just as you are concerned when I don't come up. Me not being up is a bit easier to tell. No, he's not live. He's not really live by now. Something's wrong. In which case, with me last week, there was a little bit wrong. Not too much, but enough to take me out for a couple of days, which, with it being Wednesday and Thursday, means it's stream days. Well, it just goes to show I need to remember to take my tablets. If I don't remember to take my tablets, I get wiped out. I don't mean energy-wise wiped out. I'm always wiped out when it comes to energy. But it certainly has a knock-on effect and limits my movement capabilities for a couple of days. And as you have seen before, my lockups aren't exactly the greatest form of entertainment. Because I'm sat there doing naffle. Apart from silently panicking in my head. Let's try and line that up so it will sit on the base with him. If I've dropped off the bottom of the camera, I am sorry. I'm just trying to... So you've managed to at least keep something down now. Good. Take it easy, take it rest. Toast and crackers, bits of water. Maybe try a cup of tea if you're feeling a bit adventurous later. Just make sure you keep them liquids down. And now we need another head. It's saying use head number 1. I didn't know the head was a head number 1. Unless it's saying use one of the many replaceable heads that you have up there. In this case, it looks more like he's telling me to use number 101, which I'm quite happy to use number 101. That might also help as well. That'll help with appetite. Doesn't necessarily help when you want to stay awake, though, Graham. Hello, Stinky Soap. I know, that's a fun name. That is a fun name. Welcome in. Nice to see you. So, a little bit of glue. A little bit of glue, and then we can get his head on, and then we can glue this guy onto a 25mm base as well. Just got to bear in mind, 2 of them are on 32s, not 25s. And keep his arm in place if we can. 25mm base. Glue the bottom of his feet. Stick him down so he can't run off. Slide him out the way till he sets. Excellent. Now we're on to one of the 32mm models. Now we are on to one of the 32mm models. Oh, that's not good. So you're back in the... Well, hopefully that does come and you fight off whatever you picked up there and you can get back to not being in the chair. Well, just so you know, we are all rooting for you. You get better, Twisted. You get better. I'm putting it to the point where it's not even an option. You're being told now. If your body protests, it's got us to argue with. We're British. We like a good moan. Right, so where are we up to? Because we're up to the 3rd guy now. So we need parts 80 and 81 for his body, and part 19 for his legs. I found 80 and 81. They were quite simple, actually. And they are right next to part 19 as well, which is the legs. If you are collecting all these and you haven't started putting them together yet, I know there's at least one. These will take you a while. These will take you a long, long while to put together. Bear in mind, we are up to issue 65 now. I think there's about 80 issues. We're done with paint issues as far as I can tell. It's just models now till the end. Finish Gene Stealer Cults. Then move on to Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum if you want to call them that. They will always be the Imperial Guard to me. And then after the Imperial Guard, we get them. That's when we get them. Then after the Imperial Guard, that's when we get to finish them off. It's the last of the World Eaters. Yes! Work on getting something. Work on getting something, Twisted, because you do need something to help with that pain. Right, so we have body, we have legs. What else do we need? Oh, we need backpack, which is what's 94. 94, right there. So I definitely could do getting you some meds. Few, again, there are a few of us I could probably do with being on meds, but we're not. Because we're clever. After you've done that, it's 90, 91 and 92. Which is his big gun. This is why the guy's got the 32mm base. He has a whopping great big gun that he's got on a stand. Not quite a tripod, but a bipod. So he can hold it steady. Yeah, you say that now. There are reasons why you might not necessarily want to, but obviously there are definitely reasons why you want to as well. We have had upsides and we have positives and negatives. One of the positives being we have some kind of health service. Doesn't quite work as well as you want it to, but at least it works to some degree. My doctor's phoned me the other day to give me the yearly review on my tablets for the first time in about 2 years. See how it works? Not the greatest, but at least it's there. You're supposed to glue it into there, but what's stopping you in this case is tiny little nubby bits. Ridiculous little nubby bits. Well, that'll be excellent if you can twist it, but it'll be even better if the doctor could just go, here you go. No, it's done. You just take them. Don't worry about that. We'll sort it out later. But we know they're not gonna. They're gonna want money. People want pain. What can I say? People want paying. Who should be paying the people is the main question. Some people think the government, some people think themselves. We shall never know for certain, because they're all flawed systems. Bits of glue on the backpack. Bit of glue where the legs have got to go. And this dude is proper hunched over. He's stupidly hunched over. I don't know where does. This clips in there. Oh, that's nice. Right, so right at the end of this little point, sorry, there's a little bit there. See it coming out? That's where the dual pod sits. Or the bipod, tripod, whatever you want to call it. That thing. Now we need the 32mm base. Only 2 models need it, but this is one of them. I'll put a little bit of glue on his arm, and then glue on the bottom of his feet as well, because it's all got to go on round about the same-ish time. And he goes further back than you would like to sit him, because you've got to then line up the arm and the gun. Now the gun does have a wire coming from his backpack to the gun. Of course it does, that you have to line up, which is probably the most awkward section of this entire bit, is lining up that one wire or cable. And then getting him back on the base so he actually fits. Don't push yourself, Twisted. If you're not doing right today, mate, don't push it. We do need an arm 93 though. So if you spot that before I do, can you let me know? There we go, 93. I got it first. And I also moved my hat around then. My hat caught the back of my neck and decided it didn't want to stay on my head. The glories of doing this stuff. Right, clean up the connection point. In which case this is the shoulder joint. And then a little bit of glue on the nubbly bit on his hand. And a little bit of glue on his shoulder. And then we can try our best not to break him while we try and fit that on. Because of course it's not going to line up perfectly. They never do. Something that needs you to angle things into specific points and wiggle it around a bit never goes on quite how you want it to. But if you can get it damn near close, then you'll be alright. And finally is his head. Now it's anything, any of the 110 upwards. It's even saying you can use a 112 or 113, which I think I will do on this fella. I'm going to give him some very weird cone mast. Good job. Just don't push it too much. You've done some fantastic work over the year. You deserve a bit of a break. Especially since you try and paint daily. You do a lot of work, Twisted. Right. There's dude number 3 with a seismic cannon. That's what he's got. It's a seismic cannon. Next dude, who is the other 32mm base. This one will have a heavy stubber. They're going quite nicely on the heavies on this one, aren't they? So it's not quite as bad as the seismic cannon we've just had to do, but similar vein. And that is parts 83 and 82 first. And 28 for the legs. Go figure. I'm even on the right sprue. Possibly not. There's 28. There's 82 and there's 83. Right, so yeah, it is that section there that we need. $10 minutes or not, you're doing a little bit of hobbying each day. Which is good. You just keep shooting that flow. 83, so that's the back of him. 82. Now I do know I will have, once I've finished certain projects, I have others to go on to as well. So I know there's going to be a few people wanting me to finish my projects soon, including the Magical World of Sparkles and Oak, as well as my Exodite Fire Prism, so I can move on to the next projects that some people are aware of. Some people may not be. Twisted, have you spotted someone? Have I not changed the chat over again? Lizardbait, hello. Hello. For some reason it didn't show up your thing there, but thank you very much for coming in. Regarding the setup, it's pretty basic as far as I'm aware. 2 camera setup, one for me, one for my desk, and then some lights and a huge mess on my desk. Which is just because I'm not very tidy. I'm not gonna lie. You get to see me 3 times a week usually on YouTube. I can't deny that I'm not tidy. Because I'm not. We know this. We see what happens. I ain't fooling nobody. D! Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Have I caught you on a break? Have I caught you on a break? And during this break, how many units are you finishing? Well, I'm telling you one thing, it's a damn sight lot more than what I am. I've only built 3 models so far. I've been here half an hour. What do any of these backpack? And his backpack, which is part 89. No, is that on this bit? Or is that on another bit as well? That's going to be on the other. The amount of back and forth I'm doing through this. It is getting rather silly. I'm going to do a lot of back and forth in an inning. This is where sprue planning and management is paramount. And yeah, they fit loads on the sprues. They get absolute perfect usage out of everything and not a single little bit wasted. Because of that, it's all scattered all over the bloody place and not very easy to find. So in an effort to be effective on the sprue, they've absolutely stuffed the user who can't find it. Oh, you did a custom booster blaster today, D. Oh, wow. And you've reached 500. 522 models painted this year alone so far. That's just stupid numbers. That is silly numbers. I was like painting half my collection in a year. It took me 4 years to paint half my collection. It is partially because my collection does expand pretty much every week. Do I have to put a heavy stubber on this thing? I don't want to put a heavy stubber on it, but I don't know what the other weapon options actually are. Because usually if you take one of one thing, you can only take one of something else. So, seeing as it's got a seismic cannon, I'm guessing the heavy stubber's the lighter of the weapons. It is just anti-infantry. Mass shots, rapid fire. Oh, I know you have loads of plastic, D. Both you and the missus. It's nice having a household where you both collect, because then you can't get shouted at by your missus for having a big pile of grey plastic, because she has as well. Especially if you're getting through it at the point where you painted 522 models this year. It's not like you're not getting through your plastic. You're getting through it. It's just taking a wee while. We need 88 as well, which is the other arm. There it is. I'm going to try and do this without napping it up completely. Can't promise anything. But I'm going to put my effort into not napping it up. That smile wasn't very reassuring, was it? So we have a heavy stubber arm, and we have a normal arm. Got a bit on there, tiny drop on the back of that. And then That arm goes on. So put his right arm on. And then put a blob on his. No, we cleared the nubbly bit off. Only 30, and you're going to be 500 more than that. For shame. For shame, Mrs. Reaper. You need to start painting a wee bit more. I think even I've managed more than 30, so I can take my high horse. Zogrod. Orcs are always fun, though. Orcs are always fun. They are one of the most fun armies to paint in general. Just in my humble opinion, I do collect orcs, yes. Sometimes you just have to get through that I'm not in the mood thing and get it painted. Sometimes you just need to have it done. If we only paint when we're in the mood, we'd never get stuff done. I know I wouldn't. I'd still be sat there looking at way more models than I should. Although I probably wouldn't, because I wouldn't have bought any more because I've not got as many painted. So there we have the second 32mm base with the heavy stubber. 4 down. 6 to go. 45 minutes. Not bad. It's about right. No, about normal, really, isn't it? Oh, we've got a Weber now. What's a Weber? And nobody say Mark, the driver. I know Mark Webber's Formula 1 driver for Formula 1. But this guy's got a web gun. Right, tough strands that ensnare and throttle a target. Oh, lovely. I see, that's one thing I am missing, D. I'm missing flash kits. I don't have any flash kits. Along about, what part of the body am I supposed to use for this, please? He's told me I need 78 and 77 for the arms and a bit of 79 for this. But he's not told me which body parts I'm supposed to be using. And the fussy, because he's got to tell me I need body parts for this, this one's for that part, and that part's for this part. And this time, no. Right, so the hybrid firearm, which looks like a shotgun. Most of them, yeah, just no one. He's 11 and 12, 24 and 23, 27, 26, 15, 14, 9 and 8. So I'm going to guess that this dude is 20 and 21, because that's the ones I've not been listed for any of the others. But they've not listed it in the magazine. They've not told you it's parts 20 and 21 for the torso. They've not told us which of the legs it's going to need, because of the positioning of the silly little stumpy bit. That's all square and awkward. Most things that are stumpy or stubby are square and awkward, aren't they? At least in my experience. Yours may be different. But I hope it is. I hope you've had much more of a pleasant experience with stunty, stubby things. 4, 5, and 6 next to the heavy weapon. Am I in the right sprue? Nope. There's 9, there's 8. So there's 8, 9, and 7. There's 4, 5, and 6. Unless that's the ones that I'm supposed to be doing now for this one. 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. Good possibility. I was also doing 4, 5, and 6. Thank you very much, D. Thank you very much. 4, 5, and 6. Because those 3 are also not listed as the ones that you're supposed to. Oh, it is. It's listed up here. Because rather than putting it down here with the rest of it, they've put it at the end of the stubber. Thank you very much, D. This is why I need people to watch for me, because you're all cleverer than I am. Doesn't take much, I know, but you are all cleverer than I am. 4, 5, 6. That's 5 and 6 of the torso. 4 is the legs, and I've got a spare torso now that I've put together for no reason apparently. Well, could always stick it on a base, glue a head on it, and somebody can have a dead cultist. Well, if you've got them still sealed, Graham, they shouldn't be too bad, because the sprues should have the instructions in the magazine or the magazine after it. If you've took them all out of the packaging, then yeah, you're going to have an absolute nightmare putting that kit together. Any kit's together from it, really. You did this kit last night. Right, that'll be why you know what you're doing. You got to the same point I've just got to and gone, right, which bits is it again? And then you've actually noticed and read the instructions, whereas I've tried to figure it out. And still got to the wrong answer. It wouldn't be me if it didn't occasionally make a little bit of a slight mess up. 77 and 78. That's what we need for the Weber gun. And they're right here, next to each other. Right where next to where the torso and body was as well. They were easier because they're where you would expect the first part of this model to have been. But no, of course not. I like to make things awkward on myself. They like to make things awkward on me anyway. What's 79? 79 is a grenade thing that goes on his back. Right, okay. It's with it having 78 on it, I thought 79 might be part. And in this case it is. It's a tiny little grenade. I'm going to pop that on while I remember first. Just because it's a really tiny piece that I would forget all about if I didn't do it. Oh dear Lord, Graham. Nope. You are not going to be able to get them back together. You're going to be sat there for about a week just organising sprues to try and figure out which ones go where. That was another knock at the door. And luckily Sparkles is here at the moment, so she's going to get it. But I wasn't expecting a second knock at the door today. Unless it's... no, it's my eldest coming home, so welcome home. So we're all... That'll be why it was a bit of a shock. It's not a delivery. That'll be why I wasn't expecting it. And why it's caught me off guard. I'm guessing it was an early finish today. So lucky some people get early finishes, don't they? Let's glue the arms on. Stay in place, please. Stay in position. Into all positions. I still love that film. That film's fantastic. And if anyone's wondering what it is, it's The Fifth Element. Not The Fifth Elephant, that's a book by Terry Pratchett. Fifth Element. Absolutely brilliant film. Some people don't like it. I think Chris Tucker's part's not necessarily for everybody. I do think he plays Ruby Ra quite well, though. I can't remember who originally wanted to play that role, but I'm glad they got Chris Tucker. He plays it well. And this arm is not for lining up well. Got there eventually, but it did not want to go very well. Oh, I just seen something pop up. What do you pop something in the Discord, haven't you? I've just seen that pop up then. Just a little bit of a dink. I have to have it on silent, otherwise it really freaking distracts me. But I do spot things when they go dink and drop down. So, well, if he's got a webby gun, it makes sense that he's got something to cover his eyes, so he doesn't accidentally web himself in the face. So I'm going to give him one of those type of masks after I've put him on a base. So glue his foot and glue his toe, as he's kind of striding forward, which means he does not wish to stand up. He is slightly drunk. What have I just knocked off? I've just knocked off that little grenade thing, haven't I? Well, it is not essential having a little grenade thing on his back. It is not. So I'm going to go... Not going to go panicking looking for it at the moment. I'm going to concentrate more on getting his head in the right angle, so he's looking down his gun. And that's 5. That one took way too long. Right, 10, 11, 12 for the next one, which is the legs and the 2 bodies. 10, 11 and 12. Nice and simple. Keep it easy. Come on. Helps you pick up the right sprue first. So we have 10 here. There's 12. And there's 11. So nice section here with a big gun pointing at it. So it's that one, and that one. So we'll do 10 first just because we're going number order. It makes more sense too. That's the legs. Then elf. Zwolf. Zwolf. There we go. Don't ask me why I decided to do them last two, not in English. I don't know why either. So, just to save you asking questions that there is no actual answer to. There was no reason for me to do it. I just, for some reason, did. Yeah. Right. Glue on the torso. Thrust his legs in. Make sure we get the peg good and deep. Don't laugh. And now we look for the gun. In this case, it's 41 and 42. There's 41. And there's 42. We have a pump action shotgun. Okay. Even 40,000 years, or 38,000 years into the future, the pump action shotgun is still in use. That's how you know you've got a good design right there. When the design outlasts any form of remembrance from whoever created it, they will have no idea. They just know it is an effective weapon, and this is an ancient weapon. Yippee-yi-yay MFers. Let's go nuts with the shotgun. Well, in fairness, let's face it, a shotgun in the Warhammer 40k universe is gonna be about as effective as a 2-2 air rifle currently. So if you can imagine your opponent, you're facing an army with like AR-16s, MP5s, P90s, and you've got a break barrel 2-2 air rifle. That's what this guy feels like, because he's got a shotgun when everybody else has a bolter or a laser rifle. It just seems absurd. It just seems absurd to me. You go to all this effort to make sci-fi weapons and these larger than life planet killers, and then they give these little guys shotguns. Just daft. It is. It's stupid, isn't it, Kitty? Even my kitty was agreeing with me then. She doesn't agree with me at all unless it's me putting food in a bowl, so there's something really wrong there. Oh no, sometimes she agrees when I'm giving her water as well. But most of the time it's only when I'm putting food in a bowl. We need to give him a bonds. He's got a shotgun. I'm sorry, if you're taking a shotgun into battle in the 41st millennium, you have got to be one of the angriest people on the face of any planet. So this one's not getting a mask, he's not getting anything, he's just growling and shouting and snarling. That's what he's doing. He's raging at the universe because he's only got a shotgun. He's got a seismic cannon. Why do I get the shotgun? There we go. One very underarmed hybrid warrior. Good point. He might shoot exploding mini mines, but that genuinely looks like just a standard shotgun. It's like that doesn't look right. It's like that one. it's even got the shells on the top, so it's just pumping normal cartridges in there. That one you can get away with. Big grenade launcher, fine. That one looks like some kind of weird flamer thing. Okay. At least that one's got some extra trim on it to make it look like a futuristic shotgun. Oh well. Nah. Flat out just pure unadulterated shotgun. It's tickled me as that now. It really has. Okay, next model is 22, 23, 24. Uh, 26, 25, 26, 27. Nope. Okay. There we go. 22, 23, 24. Right down the side of the sprue there, along the Games Workshop Limited 2016 little bit that they've put on the sprue for no other reason than to make sure they know it's theirs. Yeah, I've got part numbers down the other side, so if you're looking at 993 801 P2, that's the specific sprue. But let's face it, none of us actually pay any attention to that. Graham probably should, because he's got to go looking for all these said sprues now to match them up with instructions. So those numbers might come in useful for Graham, just so he knows which ones to go in where. Strength 3, no AP, 1 damage. Yeah, standard shotgun. It's as powerful as a flashlight or a las gun. Doesn't go as far. It's probably got a 12-inch range. It might get a +1 if there's like stood right in front of you. But other than that, nope. Basic. Just shot. Don't forget, these are the Gene Stealer cults. They are supposed to be running it on a, I would say shoestring, but a shoestring would be a luxury for these guys. They're using any cobbled together bits, pieces, and old repurposed tech that they can to fight and overthrow the nasty, horrible people that are not letting them get numbed by the Tyranids. I know. Evil, aren't they? How dare they not let their entire planet's populace get eaten by some strange alien. Okay. Sorry, that was me counting weird, but I had something about 43 and 44, which are the guns for this chap, and then we only have on ahead, and then 3 more to go. As I said though, I will be covering the reading sections later on tonight, so if you're in the UK and you're aware that it is lunchtime, midday right now, so it is 12:04 in the UK. I will be going live again about 9:30 this evening to do the reading sections. So that'll be the lore and the missions. So that's in about just under 9.5 hours from now. So if you want to work it out for your local time, that's far easier for you to do than me, because I don't know what your local time is right now. I mean, I could take a guess. Some people are about 5 hours behind, so it's like 7 in the morning, somewhere around there. Well, some people may be an hour ahead, so they might 1 in the afternoon and they're coming through at 10:30 tonight. And some of you just might be in Scotland. And if you're in Wales, I don't know how to tell the difference on a sundial. Oh, an Arc Speedway. That's pretty much what I've been building towards. I've got bikes, I've got copters, I've got Boomdecker Snazwagon, custom booster blaster, and a shock jump dragster. 6 bikes, 5 copters, then a stomper that transports my Gazgul proxy, and a Warboss. That's my Speedway. Everything rushes forward to you, except for the stomper, which is lumbering. What's wrong with your print Z-axis, Graham? Oh no, it's perfect. Oh, you're getting good with the Saturn 3 now, are you? You're starting to show off with it. Oh, don't worry, I'll put you to the test if you want. I'll ask for some strange customized. Can you do this, but can you do it like this? Don't worry, I'll give you something awkward. I've seen Mama Bear. Mama Bear needs to come with me. Right, now we try and line up the arms again. And the shoulders. So that he's actually holding the gun right. And his wrist joins up to his hand. How did I forget the word for hand? Fairly simple word that I've used quite a lot in my life. But I still managed to forget the word for it then. Do not know how. Right. Now he needs a head. He's an headless wonder at the minute. I don't want to use too many of the big heads. You know, the kind of more alien-esque heads. Because these ones are supposed to be more human than alien. They might have a few bit of a pasty ridge, but that's about it. Oh, look at you going off. It's going to take about 5-6 prints to get it working right, and you've done it first time. But you have done it a few times, Graham, so I would expect you to have some practice and knowledge on how to do this now. It's like me putting a Space Marine together. If I can't put a Space Marine together at this point in my life, then I've definitely screwed up somewhere. If you can't do a printer at this point in your printing career, with the amount of printers you have, you should be able to. And if not, then I'm sorry, but you fucked up there. You've had loads of practice. You got a custom head for your Paragon Warsuit twisted. What? Where? No, it did well. It would look cool. Don't get me wrong. That would look pretty damn cool. But it'd probably be expensive as well. Right, so we're looking for the 20s again, which we found earlier, but I've lost since. There's 25. There's 27. There's 26. There we go. Found them again. That was quick. No, that's something different. There are programs that you can put photos into, as far as I'm aware, that will render it into a 3D STL. It's just the size. Obviously, if you're wanting it in heroic scale for a Warhammer miniature or something similar, getting the detail in the face might not be the easiest. But I know it's certainly doable. because my sister had it done, and she just used photo and scanning software. Don't get me wrong, my sister's ugly as sin, so it picked up the detail quite easily and just left you with a butt ugly model. Yes, my sister looks like me a bit, in case you're wondering. When I had long hair, we apparently look quite similar. Now that I'm bald, though, we don't know. If we look similar while we were bald, should be horrified. Oh, part of me wishes we did now. Just so I could wind her up for it. Sparkles is sat there thinking, which sister is he talking about? You know which one. It's the one that I run from when she comes round. Yes, I run from one of my sisters when I say, she's coming round. Right, I'm not here. She's coming to see you. Don't care, I'm going. Love my sisters. Just don't necessarily like being in the same room with them all the time. 52 and 53, and then we need another random head. 50s, 52 and 53. 52, 53. We found them both. We have found them both. I get there eventually. Fudge. See how I stopped myself then? I'm getting better at this, not swearing like. Fucking A. Oh. Well, there goes that, eh? Where's 52 gone before I start getting myself in more trouble? I found it a minute ago. Where bloody is it? Ah, there it is. Oh, snippy, snippy, clippy, clippy. Take it out the sprue. Aha. That would be a nice little thing. Just to have an Inquisitor in a war suit instead of a Sister of Battle, almost like they've been gifted it for services. So there you go, AI. I have a word with Graham. Graham might be able to help you out. So my sister's had it done. I didn't do it for her. And I just know it's possible to get yourself or others 3D rendered from photographs or scans. And the one that my sister had done, she used a colour 3D FDM printer. It did not look good. You could see where it was. What's my ooh, Anthony, that is a good one. I'm gonna have a think about that one. My favourite model that I've painted this year, or favourite model that's come out this year that I would like to have painted. My favourite model that I've painted this year has probably so let me glue this arm on because he's going to take a bit of a thing because there's two of them. It's pretty much it's my two of my big creatures. It's either this one or this one. It's one of these two. I enjoyed painting them a lot, but there's also a couple of others that I enjoyed. Did I get that? Yeah, that was this year. So two big creatures I enjoyed painting, and there's one that surprised me because A, I didn't know I was getting it, and B, it was just a it was sent to me as a fun painting project because they thought it would be fun for me to paint, which is my Zinch Sorceress. That one was a surprise, and I enjoyed painting it just for painting's sake, which I don't generally do. I paint models for my armies. I paint models for. I have reasons usually to paint a model, not just for this, not just painting a model. That's definitely up there, but which model did I enjoy painting? Just which one stands out to me more than the rest? See, I enjoyed making Lasgull. I really did enjoy making him. Painting him was a bit more of a pain, but I really enjoyed it. But you've also got Angry Ron, which I enjoyed painting because it was kind of one of my first correct scale big models or character models. So it's definitely, there's a reason why I have these two still out on my desk, is because these two are my favourite two to paint so far this year. So if I was to pick, if I could only pick one, it's gonna be Angry Ron. I just enjoyed getting the model and then figuring out how I'm gonna paint it as a world eater, and then putting that into effect. I mean, stuff like experimenting and getting the green and purple swords and axe and getting it almost like a warp stone finish. There's lots of experimenting, lots of stuff that I did on it and learned on it, and it was just fun. But I did enjoy my Zinch Sorceress, and as I said, building Lasgull Thwacker, actually getting the Dread Knight armour, converting it over into an orc, finding an arm from Hell Brutes and bits from all other places. That was really fun. Painting him, I didn't realise how much detail I put on it. So it took for ages. But yeah, I'd put Angry Ron as my favourite one this year. Very close behind though is Lasgull and the Zinch Sorceress. The year before is easy. That's Lavarus. That's my big bear. That's my big boy. He's the one from last year. I don't know what it's going to be next year. Don't we get the new Titus model next year? I give that a shot as just a painting thing. I have my Camel Custode, which of course I did not buy. It was given to me. It was a gift. Nobody sold that to me. It just happened to come with Angry Ron, and I ain't complaining. That was an interesting one to actually put together and paint. Just because the face actually did look like Henry Cavill, and I've done a really bad job of doing it. I'm looking forward to seeing me paint a Titus as well. Oh, the Warhammer Plus Spirit Seer with the big, expanded Wraith base. That does look nice. I don't have any Spirit Seers. I think I've got two Farseers, but no Spirit Seers. I also have a missing 14 and 15. Which that just makes what? Yeah. I'm back to looking for model pieces now. 13, 14 and 15, here we are. So I built myself my own Ghazghkull proxy just because that's a big chunky model and it's very expensive. And it's the same reason why I bought an Angry Ron rather than an Angron, because the price that they was charging for Angron just wasn't worth it for me, especially when I liked that model. I don't like overly chunky. I prefer what looks more dexterous and maneuverable, which is why my Angryron's a lot smaller and slimmer than actual Angron, and why my Lazgul is a lot slimmer and not as bulky as Gaz. Then saying that, my Brutalis Dreadnought dwarfs the Dreadnoughts. Oh, a Harlequin. I never. Well, no, because I've got to tell me on a kit bashes. I've done a couple of kit bashes now because I've got me. Where is it? I've got my Fire Prism Triceratops now as well, haven't I? Which is almost ready for me to start painting properly. I just need to glue some bits on, namely the energy arcs that made up the swirl from is it Incarn? The Death Woman for Eldar. The one with the big swirly base thing. Well, a big swirly base thing was broken when I got it, so I'm using the big swirly things as energies to power up the Fire Prism's crystal. So I've got to glue them on as well. Not all the big energies, I still have some of it. But yeah, a fair chunk of the energy that was on there has been broken off, ready to be put onto the front of a Triceratops to power a crystal. Yeah, I know, I'm odd. I don't do things the normal way. 31 and 32, please. What a surprise, it's not on the sprue that I pick up. I seem to have done that every time so far. Picked up the wrong sprue. There's 34, there's 35, there's 31, and there's 32. Excellent. So 31 is another shotgun, and 32 is the hand that's holding it. I need some Raptors. D, where did you get your Raptors from? Because I need Raptors for basically the exact same thing. I need to replace my jetbikes with Raptors. Or some kind of fast two-legged dinosaur. Or animal. I didn't want to go for a T-Rex. A lot of people go for T-Rexes. I wanted a Triceratops for my Fire Prism. Because I want it to be awkward. Not like like normal. But yeah, Raptors for jet bikes. There's not much more perfect than you can get, really, is there? It's just they are the ones you need, and they're the ones you should use if you're going to do that style. Having Wraith Lords and lots of Wraiths doesn't really help with my Exodite claim. But if I can get enough dinos on there, it should be okay. That would obviously be the Fire Prism and lots of bikes. But if we get two different types of bikes, because I've got some of the older ones and some of the newer ones, so I could do Shining Spears and then do just Wind Riders, depending on how they're seated and how the riders actually sat, making it really easy to define which one's which. And my Fire Prism is a one-man crew, very small seat, very small section on the back of the actual dino. Most of the bulk coming from the dinosaur himself. It was a proxy site. I was looking on Monday, trying to find some, and I could just not find any that I was happy with. No Raptors at all that I was like, no, that's not good. No, that's not good. No, that doesn't look good enough. That one does, but it's only one variant, so I can't do it 15 times because it's just gonna look too samey. because, well, it is. So trying to balance things like that so it's not the same model all the time, repeated and repeated. There is some variance. I mean, I can add some to it with putting some extra bits on, such as who gets the big gun and who gets little guns, etc. And I don't think I can put one of them on it, but it'd be fun if I could. Is this the last dude? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No, one more after this one. One more after this one. Thank you very much, Lodi. If you do, either DM me directly or post it into the Discord. Either way's fine, and then I can get a good gander at that. And then if I need to get the STL and send it over to the inappropriately dressed Graham's Hobby Corner today. And I do say inappropriately dressed because, Graham, you are inappropriately dressed for me to truly advertise your services. Because if you dress properly, then it'll be so much easier for people to find your website because it's right there on the screen for them. But then again, I don't always come dressed properly to mine. I quite a lot of the time end up with the wrong name on screen. Right, last one. We need 7, 8, and 9. What's the betting? I've picked up, the wrong sprue again. We have 7. We have 9. We have 8. We have all 3 in a row right near the grenade launcher. Oh, something flashed down and I didn't get a chance to see that one. So, clip out 7. And this is why I'm only doing this part this morning, because could you imagine if I had to read 2 magazines as well? I mean, it's bad enough listening to me for an hour and a half. Could you imagine having to listen to me for longer than that? The hospitals will start panicking. Why are so many people coming in with mental problems? Apparently they've been listening to a guy on the internet and it's driven them all nuts. How long were they listening? Decided to go longer than 2 hours. No! Yeah, most of my stuff goes through Graham if I want a 3D print now. It's just because what I've had from him in the past. I've tried a couple. I've had 3 different 3D printers that I've tried. Not physical printers, but 3 places that you go to get things printed, or they have a range that I was at least interested in to get printed. One of them I have been working on every Thursday, and I was only happy with the models, and in that case only some of them. Some of the others I've had to correct myself and fix and do things which I shouldn't have had to do. Not with how the models were supposed to arrive. And the bases were just absolutely bloody awful. So if you ever hear anyone singing the praises of an FDM base, tell them they're talking out their arsehole. Because FDM bases are shit. Especially when done quickly and cheaply. They don't work. They don't lock in. They split easily. Just not worth it. However, resin bases, well, they work. They're fine. They're brilliant. Now, that's the one bad one that I had. The 2 good ones I had one from America, which no longer is in putting things up for sale, sadly. They don't do sales anymore. And that's where I got Angry Ron from. But I also tried Rogue's Den Hobbies, which is my first purchase from there was the Big Bear. And the knight that I painted in the Maryland State colours. Those were my first two things, and I was impressed. I was impressed with those. So much so I went back and bought more. And more. And more. I've got an entire box just full of resin that I bought from Graham. It's got animals in it. It's got parts for me to customise other models in it. It's got more work in there than I'm going to be able to get done next year. And I think I've got some more stuff come from him as well, possibly for other things. I've also had somebody randomly send me something else as well, which I'll get onto another time when I come round to it. But yeah, that one was a bit of a weird one. Not quite sure where that's come from. But I'm looking forward to that one as well. Yes, there's a good reason why you should fear sparkles because of my resin addiction, Graham. She controls the money, and I keep trying to spend it all on your website. If I go on your website now, I can feel the glare on the back of my head. She's just like, "Are you on that site again?" At one point, that used to be GW's site. Now it's yours. She gets worried every time I go on it. I don't know why. It's not like I'm going to turn around and going to go, "Can I have that big dragon? Or that giant bear? Or these nice dice? Or this entire set range of animals?" Or anything like that, really. Yeah, well, not so much a strange package. It's something I'll do in the future. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure where it's come from though. I've seen it. I know exactly what it is. It's nothing dangerous. Don't worry. It's something completely channel relevant, which is a good sign. I am looking forward to painting it. I've already mentioned it. You've just got to figure it out now. I just don't know where it actually come from. Not got a clue. Well, I've not got a clue. I have got a partial clue. It's come from somebody who watches this channel. And yeah, I know you're all going, "No shit, Sherlock." Yeah, I know, but it's not a mystery. I've already told you. I've already told you earlier on in this very stream what it is going to be. You've just got to dig into those memories and see if you can pull something out and go, "Oh, is that what it meant? Did he mean that one? Oh, did he mean that? Ooh, who knows?" Put it this way, I know it's not an FDM thing. I know that. I will never get anything from there again. I've seen how that person glorifies what they do and how they do it, and to me it is not right. It is they I know more than them, and I don't even have a printer, so I definitely know it's not that person. There we go. We have done all 10. How to paint, which is the next section, is touching up on pretty much everything you've already done and anywhere that you need to do highlights. So let's just make this really, 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 really easy. If it's red, you're going to be doing it with Mephisto red and Wild Rider red. If it was green, you're probably going to give it a Coeli green shade wash and then back off with the green that you used. A lot of Wraithbone to get high highlights, because they don't give you a proper white. And that'll cover most of what you've done from Orcs and Chaos as well. So Caliban green, where they've done like the Cadian helmet and using the reds for the Blood Angel helmet. Auric Flesh and Stormhost silver, but mostly it's using reds. He's teaching you how to. So if you've watched any of my videos or any of my streams where I've been doing any of the World Eater stuff, it's kind of follow that. Go Khorne red, Mephisto red, Wild Rider, and work your way up in those. But now you should have an almost empty spruce. So that's going to be a nice surprise for you, Twisted. It's going to be a very nice surprise for you and then you're going to go, oh yeah, he did say, didn't he? He did. Yeah, he did. So let's have a look what we've got by the end of all this. So we have a leader who's supposed to have a pickaxe. There we go. So he's got a pickaxe and a pistol. There we go. So that's the leader. We have the concussion cannon, which is the thing with the bipod and the very big thing and an actual masked face and a backpack and trying to rest it on the floor and everything because he can't carry it. We have an auto cannon, which is the other heavy weapon for this set. We have a banner bearer, which is the typical coiled tyrannid for the logo. We have whatever this is a web guy, and this is a Weber. This is Mark. Then we have 5. We've got ancient tech, including a double barrel shotgun, a pump action shotgun, 2 pump action shotguns, what looks to be an auto rifle, so something akin to an assault rifle, and 2 of those. So we've got 2 assault rifles, 2 pump action shotguns, and a double barrel shotgun, and then we get the fancy weapons with everyone else. Yay! So that's all 10 built for today. We did have to wait 2 weeks just to get all 10. But now we have them. Excellent. I'll put them to one side. And later on tonight, as I said, at 9:30. So that's going to be in about 9 hours, just short of. I will be back to do the reading sections and the mission sections of both magazines. So we get to look forward to them later. Thank you everybody who's been in. D, cheers for calling in, man. Zilla, thank you for coming in. Stinky Soap, thank you also if you've just joined us. Twisted, as always, and Graham, thank you very much. Did I miss anybody? I did miss somebody. I have missed somebody who came here for the first time today, I believe. I've just got to scroll up and try and find them. It is Lizardbait. Thank you very much as well. If you've hit the subscribe button, then I look forward to seeing you later also. But for now, please drive safe, and I will catch